And welcome in here. West Delaware Wrestling is on the air from Central DeWitt High School in DeWitt, Iowa. It's a three-team duel here, Walmart Conference duel between the West Delaware Hawks, the Mt Vernon Mustangs, and the DeWitt Central Sabres. Good evening, everybody. Along with my partner, Roger Reed, this is Jamie Vasky. And Roger, we had some wrestling, our second bit of wrestling here for this week. It's Tuesday night. We went up to Colesburg and covered that Tri-Rivers Upper Iowa Conference duel between Northland, Edco, Maquoketa Valley, and MFL Marmac. And here we are back in the Walmart Conference here tonight and get you ready for some more wrestling tonight. And we'll talk a little bit about that 5 seasons duels down in Cedar Rapids, but some good wrestling coming up here tonight and the rest of the week.
Well, Jamie, this is going to be 2 really good duels tonight. This is the night of the senior. Looking at the lineups for both of these teams tonight, in West Delaware's lineup, you have 10 seniors. Mt Vernon's lineup, you have 7 seniors out of the 14 weights. In Central DeWitt, you've got 9 seniors. So you've got 26 seniors wrestling tonight. That is a lot of experience. That is a lot of time spent on the mat. And this is year Mt Vernon and Central DeWitt think they can take the Hawks down tonight. The Hawks are going to have to come loaded for bear and have to wrestle very, very well to win both of these duels tonight.
Well, they certainly will. As talk about this first duel, it'll be West Delaware versus Mt Vernon, and we're going to start at 195 pounds. We're going to start at 195, as Scott Taylor will be taking on Jacob Lewis. And 220, it'll be Will Wanger versus Josh Cannon. 285 pounds, it'll be Richard Heveron versus Tristan Wirfs. 106, it'll be Jake Durgan. West Delaware will be open at that weight. 113 pounds, Patrick Woods taking on Justin Light. I believe that's probably the coach's son, Vance Light. 120, it'll be Logan Riley taking on Levi Wade. 126, Sam Phillips taking on Ben Worab. At 132, it'll be Connor Wickman versus Charlie Engelbrecht. 138, Bo Vasky taking on Ryan Muller. As we will take a short break and come back as we're going to play our national anthem. You're listening to West Delaware Wrestling on KMCH. Back into DeWitt Central High School here in DeWitt, Iowa. Jamie Vasky, Roger Reed back along with you here as we are underway. Scott Taylor leads things off here for the Hawks as he is taking on Jacob Lewis. 2 seniors going at it here, and Scott Taylor with a quick takedown here to start this thing off. He leads it 2-0. And we're back. We apologize for that. We're in a cement, Roger just called it the cement dungeon here in DeWitt Central High School as we're having some cell phone signal troubles here tonight, so we'll hopefully can get you through the rest of the way here with this wrestling meet without too many more difficulties. Scott Taylor leading this match 2-1. As we mentioned, he got the takedown there, but Lewis with an escape right on the edge of the mat makes the score 2-1. Both wrestlers on their feet. 20 seconds left to go in this first period.
Well, Jamie, Scotty Taylor had that cradle locked up and he got too high. He had to bail out of it, so that gave Lewis the 1-point escape. He was ready to take Lewis to his back in a hard cross-face cradle and just got a little bit high. He's working on an elbow pass right now, and these are 2 guys 2 seniors in the lineup. Scott Taylor with a few varsity matches last year, and I'll tell you what, 2 even Stevens. This is a toss-up match, and we'll see which way it goes.
Well, it really is, and, Scott Taylor did a good job in those varsity matches as he came in late in the season, filling in. I believe he came in when Goebel dropped down to his final weight at 182, and Scott Taylor came in at 195 and did an excellent job. I think he took a lot of people by surprise last year. I believe he took 3rd at the Louisa Muscatine tournament, or did very well down there, and really has really improved since his freshman season. You and I saw him as a JV wrestler, and he was pretty green when he came in, but I tell you what, he's done a great job these last couple years, really improving and getting that varsity spot this year.
They did a nice job working the hands, came to a nice inside stand up and working the hands of Lewis, and Lewis had to pull him off the edge of the mat to keep Scotty Taylor from scoring 1 point. So I like what Scott Taylor's doing to start this second period. He's getting to his feet, and he's working that inside stand-up, and Lewis steps over to the other side. Nice hand control by Taylor, and Taylor picks up a nice 1-point escape as he cuts the hands of Lewis, and now we're going back to our feet with 1:34 left to go, second period. Just underway. We got a WAMAC trifecta for you right here, and it's going to be a good one. 26 seniors on the 3 teams. West Delaware leads with 10 seniors. Central DeWitt has 9, and Mt Vernon comes in with 7. And going to be a couple very interesting duels before this night's over. 1:23 left to go, second period. Scotty Taylor up 3-1. First match of the night starting in weight class 125. And Jamie, the Hawks have wrestled last Saturday. They didn't. This is the first meet this week. Some good practices in, working on some things, and
back to that normal Thursday night schedule. Last week the Hawks took on Waterloo West and Waverly Shellrock on Tuesday night over in Waterloo. But back to the Thursday night schedule here for the Hawks. As you mentioned, wrestled last Saturday in the Hawk Invitational. Just 5 teams. They placed second as they were 11 points behind Davenport Assumption in that meet. And Scott Taylor wrestling in that. I believe he was a runner-up finisher in that tournament, so a good tournament for him at the Hawk Invitational, and he's got to come back here.
Josh Lewis doing a nice job getting in on the legs on Taylor, but Scotty Taylor heavy-hipped, strong, powerful legs, and he's going to down block on Lewis and pick up 2. He's going to stuff the head of Lewis, spin around, hit the go behind, and pick up 2. Now he's working that elbow again. There's 33 seconds left to go. Nice job shoving the elbow. He's on the left side of Lewis. Over the top, he's got to get back behind that arm, shove that elbow back to that cross-face cradle. And our referee's going to tell him to get to work up on top. 22 seconds left to go. Scott Taylor up by 4, leading 5-1. A hard cross-face on the left, trying to work that cross-face cradle. And Lewis doing a nice job with hand control, keeping Scott Taylor from locking up that cross-face cradle. 9 seconds left to go. We're going to get warning underneath by Lewis for basing out. Scott Taylor now working that right hand underneath. And he's going to have to keep his hips up. And Coach Voss out of his chair.
In West Delaware, leading 5-1 here is Scott Taylor, just underway, as West Delaware head coach Jeff Voss has started here in 1995. This would be. Go ahead, Roger.
And on the whistle, Lewis is going to be his choice as he deferred to Taylor to start that. There's a cradle right there if he can lock his hands up. And he just missed the cradle as Lewis came to an outside stand-up, and he just came within inches of locking up that cross-face cradle. And Coach Voss trying to tell his young man to shove that elbow forward. He stepped over the left ankle of Lewis, and Lewis reaches back and latches onto the left leg of Scott Taylor. Taylor now is going to have to pick up a far ankle and take Lewis back down to the mat. Again, first match of the night, weight class 195. Starting just a little bit late here, but that's okay. We're underway. There's a hard crossface now by Taylor. He's got it locked up. Let's see if he can lock up that crossface cradle. He's got a good one if he can get it locked up. He's got plenty of time. 108. He's got Lewis on his back. That's just what the doctor ordered. Lewis rocking back and forth, kicking. Scott Taylor trying to put that bottom knee in the side. Picture perfect technique by Scott Taylor. Just got to pinch his elbows. You got to pinch those elbows tighter. Now he stepped over the leg. Referee looking tight for the fall. Lewis still rocking back and forth. This would be huge right here if Scott Taylor could pick up the fall. Again, Lewis rocking back and forth. Our official down on the spot looking for the fall. And Scott Taylor stepping over that leg, and now he's going to high bridge out of it, but that's going to be a 3-point near fall. He's got one more opportunity, looking for bonus points. And again, bonus points in this dual meet is going to be huge, as Mount Vernon has some very, very good wrestlers. We've got some interesting matchups coming down the pike for this first duel. Second duel will be West Delaware taking on the host Sabres. Again, back to Walmack action all the way from DeWitt High School. Brand new gym here.
Coach Voss would really like to get another turn here and get the major decision, but I don't think he's going to do it, as Scott Taylor going to win here 8-1, the final score there. So the Hawks will get on the board first, 3-0. There's the whistle. Scott Taylor picks up the 8-1 win here for the Hawks to get this thing started. As we mentioned, Coach Voss, his 18th season here at West Delaware, as coming in here, he's 316, 65-1. He's led the Hawks to 14 dual titles, 9 WAMAC team titles. He's had 56 WAMAC champions, 94 state qualifiers, and 54 state place winners. An impressive career.
That's a lot.
Here.
That's quite a resume.
West Delaware Hawks. His assistant coaches are Mitch Payton, Chris Lenz, Scott Litter, Pat Phillips, Dale Meyer, and Kurt Hatfield. For the Mount Vernon Mustangs, head coach Vance Light. Assistant coaches Aaron Truitt, Kyle Jaspers, Greg Murphy, and Brett Mormon.
Wait, Brett Mormon? Yeah, Brett Mormon. Haven't seen him yet. Starmont alumnus.
So I was wondering, is
Haven't
that
seen him on the
same Brett Mormon? But coming up here, we got 220 pounds. Will Wenger taking on a senior. Will Wenger, a senior, taking on a senior, Josh Cannon from Mount Vernon. And Cannon, a very good wrestler here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, this is a match in which Josh Cannon is heavily favored, and he's got Will Wenger on his back. Came out with the elbow pass to a knee pick and scored the 2-point takedown. Will Wenger on his back is going to try to bridge out of it. Cannon's going to reload it. He's got to punch that left elbow down to the mat. And he's working real hard to get his chest back down to the mat. Cannon jumps over, slaps a half Nelson. Wenger bridges high to the right. A reverse half Nelson. Josh Cannon trying to reverse half. Will Wenger on his back now. Reverse half Nelson by Cannon. 45 seconds left to go. The Hawks lead this duel 3-0, but the Mustangs are going to try to answer that with a fall as Josh Cannon has Will Wenger on his back. Wenger doing a great job keeping that right shoulder up. We'll see if he can fight. 31 seconds left. And Jamie, that's a terrible position to be in if you're Will Wenger. And there's the fall right there. 134. So Josh Cannon showing why he's a good wrestler right there. Will Wenger giving his best effort right there. Well, here's another toss-up match, Mr. Jamie Vasky. We got a freshman, Tristan Wirfs, taking on a senior, but actually by experience, a freshman, Richie Heveron. And boy, if he can pick up where he left off on Saturday, that would be tremendous. He had a fantastic tournament for his first varsity tournament on Saturday at the Bob Murphy Invite there at the Seedorf Gymnasium. Richie wrestled some great matches, came up with a huge win over Odine from Assumption.
You know, we just saw Josh Cannon ranked second in the state in Class 2A, so a very impressive.
And look who's ranked number one there, Jamie. Lance Evans from Solon.
Evans from Solon, so we'll see them later.
And look who's sixth, Dalton Vest from South Tama out of the Walmack. Eighth is Matt McMillan from Independence out of the Walmack. So look at the Walmack. Look at the Walmack right there. And there's Richie Heveron. He's in on a single, and he's got the leg of Tristan Wirfs up. He's got to go out to the heel. Just treetop him up, treetop him. Heveron bouncing back and forth. Heveron's going to treetop him and right to his back. I'm telling you what, that was an impressive single leg by the heavyweight from West Delaware. That could be a fall. There's the fall by Richie Heveron. Picked up the single, treetop Tristan Wirfs, and right to his back he went. 51 seconds, Richie Heveron. He's got his mojo going. I'm telling you what, that was a very, very nice single. I wasn't sure how he was going to finish that, Jamie, but I tell you what, the West Delaware Hawks will take that. He tree-topped the big guy, got underneath on that single, slapped him to his back, got the fall, 51 seconds, and I think West Delaware's going to forfeit at weight class 106. So what a way, Richie Heveron. Tell you what, that was outstanding. Jake Durgan, the junior from Mount Vernon, will win by a forfeit. So that's going to make the score now 12-9 in favor of the Mount Vernon Mustangs, and that's going to bring us up to weight class 113. Patrick Woods taking on Justin Light. And you just never know about coaches' kids here, Jamie. We don't know the skinny on Justin Light, but well, if anything's like his dad, he's a good wrestler. So we're going to find out. We've got the experience of the senior, Patrick Woods, taking on the young talent, Justin Light. Again, Mount Vernon Mustangs up 12-6 after 4 matches. Patrick Woods with the mask off. And he's going to go right to work with a front headlock on Justin Light. Let's see if he can pick up 2 on that. Off the edge of the mat they go. Nice front headlock by Patrick Woods. Ran out of real estate there. Woods working the head, doing a very, very nice job. There's a cross knee pick, and he's got Light on his back. Front headlock to cross knee pick is Patrick Woods, and he set Light on his backside, and he's going to pick up 3 for the near fall at least. Might have the fall if he can get his chest up on top of Light. Referee down looking. This could end short here. Patrick Woods for West Delaware stepping over to the far side, and he's going to try to reload that. He's got a reverse half Nelson in. He's got the right arm of Justin Light trapped, and Light's going to roll out of it. I'll tell you what, nice job, nice takedown. Now he's got a chicken wing on the right side of Light. Let's see if he can turn this into some back points. Chicken wing on the right side, trying to set up a double chicken wing on the left side. 1:05 left to go. First period, Woods has a double chicken wing. I'll tell you what, he's cranking Light over. He's got Light going to his back. And now he's going to sit that inside hip down and crank the arms and shoulders of Justin Light. Light might have to succumb to this. I tell you what, he's got that double chicken wing in deep, and he's loading Light up. That could be a fall. Referee down looking for the fall. That's got to be the 6 right there, Jamie. I don't see any daylight right there. Referee looking close. And Woods is going to get the fall. Referee's, that's got to be a fall, Jamie. Referee's ready to slap. He had his hand up in the air twice. There's the fall right there. 135. Patrick Woods is going to win by fall. That's going to give the Hawks 6 more. The senior state champion taking on the up-and-coming freshman Justin Light, winning by a fall. That's going to put the Hawks ahead 16-15 to 12 after 5.
With that, Patrick Woods, he increases his season record to 5-0 on the year. So,
a lot of fouls. Is that 5 falls?
What you would expect out of a
returning state champ, you bet.
Returning state champ. We'll take a look at it here.
He's got 4, I'm sure. Yeah, we'll find out.
That was number 4 right there.
That was 4. You betcha. All right, weight class 120. Logan Riley taking on Levi Wade.
He wrestled Fensky in the finals of the Hawks Saturday and won 7-2.
Yep, yes indeed.
Good match there.
That was a good match. All right, 15 to 12 in favor of the West Delaware Hawks. This thing is going to go back and forth. Taking the mat now for the Hawks is Logan Riley, the junior, taking on Levi Wade. I tell you what, the Mustangs are dropping right in. Jamie, the Mustangs, that's the 3rd Mustang that has attempted a shot on West Delaware, but there's no penetration step. They're just dropping down. And it's making it easy for the Hawks to counter with that go-behind, stuff the head, and hit that go-behind. I'll tell you what, you'll take it. You like that 2-point takedown, making it easy on you. Hard, tight waist with the left. Chop with the right is Riley. Short sit by Wade. Snapback attempt by Riley, and Wade sits, turns, tries to face Riley. Riley pulls himself back behind. Now Riley drapes his arm around the top, gets himself in trouble. Wade pulls that arm over his head, tries to pull Riley down over the top, and Riley has to pick up an ankle and drive Wade forward. Does a nice job with that. Short sit position by Levi Wade. Riley now working behind the arms. Hard, tight waist, chop, trying to work a tilt. Got a 1,001 count out of that inside wrist tilt. Tight waist, inside wrist. Now he goes in front. He's got an inside wrist. He's going to try to pull that out and set up a farmer, and off the edge of the mat they go. Good start by Logan Riley. And let's see if he can continue. He's going to cut Wade loose, and we're going to our feet. Like that strategy a lot. And he's going to take the young sophomore forward, pressure by Riley, and he's going to stuff the head, maybe trying to work that standing front headlock that we saw Patrick Woods work so well. Maybe a fireman's carry. Riley working back and forth, really snapping the head of Wade. Now front headlock by Riley. He got a little bit high. Now reaches in, picks up a single. He's got to finish it. He dropped down to all 4s. Now he's going to post. He's got to try to dump Wade. Wade latches around the waist. Riley's going to try to come through. He's going to try to post and dump and take Wade off his base. Now he's going to slowly sit back. There might be a fall right there. There's a fall right there. There's a stacking fall. 147. West Delaware Hawks are going to win by a fall. Tell you what, a nice job by Logan Riley. Let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll be ready for Sam Phillips. Stay with us. More pinning action from the home of the Sabres. You're listening to Wrestling here on 94.7 KMCH.
High school here in DeWitt, Iowa, as we're underway at 126 pounds. Sam Phillips from West Delaware taking on Ben Worab from Mt Vernon. And Phillips with a quick takedown here leads it 2-0 here. A minute gone in this first period as we're back to action. West Delaware leading this dual meet 21-12 as Scott Taylor got us started with an 8-1 victory over Jacob Lewis. Will Wanger was pinned by second-ranked Josh Cannon in 134. Richard Hevron got a fall in 51 seconds. Jake Durgan for Mt Vernon won by forfeit at 106 pounds. Patrick Woods with a fall in 135 over Justin Light. And at 120 pounds, Logan Riley with a fall in 147 over Levi Wade. And that leaves us at our score of 21-12 here in favor of the Hawks.
Well, Jamie, that was 2 nice takedowns by Patrick Woods, Sam Phillips. Patrick Woods winning by a fall. Sam Phillips. and he got in deep and had Woolrab on his back. Now he's picking up some points on a tilt, and he's got to roll through as Woolrab came up and grabbed Phillips's head and tried to pull him underneath with a headlock. And got to keep your head up on that tilt. He's going to pick up a 2-point near fall, making it 6-1 with 10 seconds left to go in the first period, and working an inside wrist on the left, maybe out to a wing. Woolrab content to stay down on all fours as this first period is going to come to a close with Phillips up by a score of 6-1.
And Sam Phillips on this young season is 5-0 coming in here today, and has had a good season here. As Sam Phillips, we mentioned earlier in the year, he is ranked at 126 pounds, ranked number 8 in the state in Class 2A. As coming in here, Sam Phillips 5-0, as I just mentioned, as he's had a good win last Saturday against Kirk Momsen from Davenport Assumption, 2-0 in overtime. He's got 3 falls on the season as well, so he's have an impressive senior season here so far.
Well, the thing I see the difference from last year to this year, Jamie, is confidence. Sam Phillips is confident on the mat, and his offense, he's really got a lot of things going on his offense. There's a 3-point near fall by Phillips, and he's got to keep his head up as Woolrab is trying to grab onto his head and pull him underneath with a headlock. And Sam Phillips with a cross-body right on the right side of Woolrab right now. And he's going to kick that leg free. Tripod stand-up by Woolrab. And Phillips is going to roll through maybe. Boy, he's got to be careful. Now Phillips is going to end up having Woolrab in a headlock. This is a headlock or headlock right here. Sam Phillips has got to learn to keep that head up as Woolrab has latched onto that head twice and pulled him almost into reversal and back points. And Sam Phillips right now and Woolrab in a scramble position. Let's see how Sam Phillips is going to come out, and he does come out on top of it. There's a half Nelson looking at him, and he missed it. Woolrab is going to go up to all fours. Phillips with a cross body right in, power half Nelson, and he's got Woolrab on his back, picking up some back points. He's got to keep his hips up. And that's exactly what Coach Voss is saying. Now he kicks a leg free. There's the fall. There's the fall in 3:32, Jamie Vasquez. That was a quick one. He kicked that leg free, ended up on top of Woolrab and scored a fall. Sam Phillips getting the job done there. Wasn't pretty. And I think Coach Voss and Coach Phillips over there are going to tell the young man, hey, keep your head up. And we got Zach Meyer stepping to the lineup right here. Hey, he's not in our program. So Connor Wickman.
He's listed on the JV for tonight, so he's going to get a varsity match here tonight as he's going to be taking on Charlie Engelbrecht, the sophomore from
Mount Vernon. This is Zach Meyer. So Engelbrecht in early on a single on Meyer. Meyer's going to reach, try to hit a standing switch. Meyer just a little bit undersized for 132, maybe 126. Charlie Engelbrecht, very, very good wrestler for Mount Vernon. Zach Meyer's really going to have to wrestle well here and work some hand control. Hard, tight waist by Engelbrecht. Meyer on all fours, trying to build his base. Again, that hard, tight waist by Engelbrecht has Meyer controlled up to this point. 1:22 left to go. The Hawks are leading this dual meet 27-12. Tight waist now with a half Nelson is Engelbrecht. Now tripod stand-up is Zach Meyer. Meyer comes to his feet. He's going to split the hands of Engelbrecht and pick up 1 point. Now he's got to go back to work. Haven't seen Zach Meyer in the varsity lineup since the Battle of Waterloo last year, so it's been almost 365 days since he's had a varsity match. So again, a lot of work in the wrestling room. And
he's done a great job. Looking at his JV record here, he's 7-0, hasn't lost a match yet this year, so he's had a good season. Must have some blood on the mat. Our official, I thought he was leaving for a bathroom break or something. He just kind of took off the edge of the mat. But see, Wyatt Schultz is here tonight. We might get a chance to catch up with him during our break here, talk to him, the publisher of the Predicament Magazine, owner, publisher of the Predicament Magazine. And I tell you what, we utilize their website as much as we can. That's where the rankings come from. And very appreciative of what him and Jim Thompson do there at the Predicament.
Yeah, super fantastic job. If you love wrestling in Iowa, that's the publication that you need to read. It covers, of course, high school, but it covers D3, D2, NAIA, D1, any kind of wrestling that goes on. The Predicament's got it for you. So if you don't have a subscription to that, get on the website there, predicament.com, and they'll set you up with a subscription. And you'll have a lot of good articles, a lot of good reading. Engelbrecht with another takedown on Meyer. He leads 4-1. Escape now by Zach Meyer. He's got to really work. Engelbrecht's doing a good job hitting that sweep single. And Meyer's going to work some hand control now. We've got 5 seconds left to go in this match. Underhook by Meyer. Now front headlock by Meyer. Let's see if he can turn that into 2. He hits him with a neck wrench, and time is out. That's a nice job by Zach Meyer. As Engelbrecht came with the duck under, Meyer caught him with the neck wrench, but couldn't quite take him to his back as time ran out. That would have been huge. All right. That's the way you want to get it started right there. 4-2 now for Engelbrecht, the sophomore from Mount Vernon. It's going to be his choice. He's got the red leg bands on. He's going to choose down to start this second period. If you're just joining us, maybe you're just coming in from chores, got the box turned on or the computer up, 27-12 in favor of the West Delaware Hawks. Meyer out in front now. Engelbrecht coming to a tripod stand-up. Meyer falls off the top, and Engelbrecht's going to come to a stand-up, split the hands, and is going to face Meyer and pick up a one-point escape. Meyer now with the front headlock. Nice front headlock on Charlie Engelbrecht. Let's see if he's going to back trip Engelbrecht. And Engelbrecht does a nice job with balance. And we're going back to our feet. Over and under, throw or be thrown. There's an underhook by Engelbrecht and an overhook by Meyer. Meyer can shoot a fireman's carry out of that. And Engelbrecht quickly gets out of that. 1:15 left to go. Neutral position. We are second period. Our match score is 5-2. Meyer coming right back to that front headlock. Let's see if he can turn that into some points. He's going to snap Engelbrecht down. And let's see if he can cut the corner with it. And an elbow pass again by Engelbrecht. That's a nice job by Meyer controlling that head, but let's see if he can score some points with the 56 seconds left to go. It's 5-2 in favor of Charlie Engelbrecht, the sophomore from Mount Vernon. Good hand control by Meyer, tap and go, single by Meyer, and he's in and out of bounds. Nice tap and go by the senior, Zach Meyer. Outstanding job right there. I can't believe Zach Meyer this is his senior year. There's a hard double by Engelbrecht. Nice down block by Meyer. Engelbrecht has to come back and face him. 38 seconds left to go. Hard collar tie by Engelbrecht, retie by Meyer. Both in neutral. Front headlock again by Meyer. Let's see if he can snap Engelbrecht down. Engelbrecht controlling that elbow sweep single by Engelbrecht. Nicely countered by Meyer as he squares off with Engelbrecht one more time. Underhook now by Meyer. Goes back to the front headlock. Let's see if he can turn this into points. He's got his head in the side. He's trying to latch onto that angle. He's going to windmill him by. There's 2. Oh, off the edge of the mat, just barely. Nice job by Zach Meyer. Engelbrecht has to take a look at the clock. 13 seconds left to go. Zach Myers keep pushing the tempo of this period. Engelbrecht looks a little winded there, Jamie.
Yeah, he does, and that's where Zach Meyer, I tell you what, this kid's out running all the time. He's in cross country, working out in the wrestling room. I tell you what, this kid, he's got stamina, and he's got a big gas tank. And how many times did we mention last year in his varsity matches where he might be down in the third period, but he would come back and push some really good kids just because he was well-conditioned enough to go in that third period.
Well, you're exactly right. We'll see if he can get the job done right here. It's going to be his choice. He's going to choose down. Engelbrecht's going to ride. There's that tight waist by Engelbrecht. Meyer trying to come to a stand-up. And Engelbrecht drives him back forward, keeping all of his weight on the hands of Zach Meyer. Meyer's got to go. 1:45 left to go, third period. He's down by 3. He's got to get 1, then 2. Stand up by Meyer. He's going to pick up 1. Now he's only down by 2. 5-2 or 5-3 in favor of Charlie Engelbrecht. Meyer on the attack. Meyer with an underhook to the right side of Engelbrecht. Front headlock now by Meyer. Engelbrecht takes a long shot. Let's see if Meyer can turn that front headlock into some points. Could step over. He could have Engelbrecht in trouble. Engelbrecht steps over the neck wrench of Meyer, and he's going to pick up 2 and near fall. Boy, just couldn't quite step over that neck wrench and score 2. It's going to be a 5-point move by Engelbrecht. He goes up 10-3. It's not over yet, though. Zach Meyer's got a lot of, he can score some points. He's got to get back to his feet. He had that neck wrench and just couldn't step over the top. Has Engelbrecht, little size difference out here, Jamie. There's a stand-up by Meyer now. It's 10-4. 50 seconds left to go. something feet to back. Meyer with an overhook on Engelbrecht. Engelbrecht backing off. Meyer trying to load that overhook up on the right side of John Engelbrecht. Excuse me, Charlie Engelbrecht. John Engelbrecht will be up at weight class 145. 37 seconds left to go. Tap and go by Engelbrecht. Meyer in a hard down block. Let's see if he can turn this into two. He's going to step over the legs and pick up two. 10-6. Got to go out to the front. Got to go out to the front. And he's going to cut Engelbrecht and look for something feet to back. 11-6. Let's see if Meyer can throw Engelbrecht to his back. Going to try to duck under on Engelbrecht. 12 seconds left to go. Meyer's got to hit him. He's got to do it now. He's got to throw Engelbrecht to his back. Engelbrecht in on a shot, on a duck under. Down block by Meyer. No points. And that's how it's going to end right there. 11-6, but what a match. 5-point move by Charlie Engelbrecht was the difference as Meyer closed the gap. And Jamie, that 5-point move caught him.
Yeah, it really did. And, you know, that's something he's going to have to go back to the drawing board here and get that figured out. So I tell you what, Hawks are going to have to get something going here. You got to pick up some steam here in the middle because DeWitt's got some big guns coming up here, Mount Vernon's got some big guns coming up for them. So right now we're going to see Bo Vasky. He's a senior for the Hawks taking on Ryan Muller, a junior from Mount Vernon. So should be a good matchup here. Vasky did a great job, won the Hawk tournament on Saturday. Having a good season of his own as he's 5-0 as well, so looking to increase his record here.
Well, you're exactly right. He did a nice job on Saturday scrambling and getting out of some situations that normal people would not get out of. So his work in the offseason has paid off, and Ryan Muller out in front of us, the junior, is on the attack and working that head of Bo Vasky and trying to shoot some low-level shots. Vasky doing a nice job keeping his feet moving. 2-on-1 now. Good hand control by Muller. Vasky's with a nice collar tie working that head. There's a tap and go by Vasky. A little bit too far away as he tried to tap and hit a sweep single on Muller. Muller now giving Vasky a shove. Vasky doing a good job working hand control, hand fighting, a lot of good work here. High crotch attempt by Muller, reshot by Vasky, and he's got the right leg of Muller up off the mat now. Muller trying to find the edge. Hard whizzer now by Muller. Let's see if Vasky can back trip. He's going to cut across to a double. Well, I don't like that, Jamie. Cut across to double there and went the long way. Instead of pulling him back to him and then hit the double, he just dove across. And there's going to be a 2-point takedown by Muller. And Muller's going to let him loose immediately. That's going to be a 1-point escape by Vasky. I would like to see him take a couple steps back and then cut across to the double. But he reached right for the double and had a little trouble.
Instant replay here tonight.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
So they do a webcasting here for DeWitt Central on their website here. So I tell you what, if you want to tune in to us and listen to or watch the meet itself, you can go to DeWitt Central's high school and find their webcasting page. Watch the meet live and listen to us at the same time. What better way to do it than that, huh?
Hey, I'll tell you what, this technology is just getting unbelievable. You know, from where we started this several years ago to where we are right now, the technology has been just tremendous. All right, first period's going to come to a close. The Hawks are ahead in this duel, 27-15. And Vasky behind here, 2-1 to start the second period, and it's going to be Vasky's choice. He's going to choose down, and he's got some work to do to get caught up. Looking for an escape to tie this thing up, and Muller's going to ride the left side, and Vasky's going to come to a nice inside stand-up, and he's going to cut the hands of Muller and pick up a 1-point escape. Vasky working that head. He's just pounding on the head of Muller. Muller in a good stance, doing a nice job staying square with Vasky. Working good hand control. There's a tap and go by Muller. He's in deep on Vasky, and he's going to back trip Vasky off the edge. Boy, he got in deep and then kept his feet moving, scored a 2-point takedown. Now it's 4-2. The junior from Mount Vernon has doubled up Bo Vasky. So once again, Vasky has some work to do. Vasky's been in on a couple of good shots, not been able to finish it. And the difference right now is Muller is finishing his shots. There's an outside stand-up this time by Vasky. Gets to his feet. He's going to split the hands of Muller, and we're going back to neutral. Muller's trading 2 for 1 right now. Vasky's got to find something that's got to work. Muller's doing a great job controlling. Now Muller in on a long double again. This time a nice counter by Vasky. 1:09 left to go. Second period, 4-3 now in favor of Muller. It's going to be Muller's choice the third period as Vasky went down. Vasky working good hand control on top. And Muller working good hand control as well. Short drag attempt. Hard attack to the head is Vasky. And Muller's doing a great job staying square. There's that double by Muller. Got in deep. Let's see if Vasky can score. Vasky could score on a reshot. Long single shot by Vasky. Front headlock by Muller. Standing front headlock by Muller. He's got to move his feet here. Muller taking him down to the edge, and we're going to go off the edge of the mat. Muller taking Vasky down to the mat. And they got JV going on the mat to our, there's an arm drag by Vasky. Almost had Muller on a sweep single. That's a nice job. 23 seconds left to go. Boy, this would be great if Vasky could pick up a 2-point takedown in short time. Good hand control. Both guys hand fighting. That's that drill you do the first couple of days of practice. Use that as a setup. And 8 seconds left to go now. In this second period, there's a sweep single attempt by Vasky. He's in underneath Muller. And let's see if he can pick up 2, and that's going to do it. Off the edge of the mat they go. It's going to be Muller's choice to start the third period. And Muller's going to go down. Again, all these matches are important, Jamie Vasky, for WAMAC seeding. And again, this is the only time the Hawks will see the Mustangs. So anytime you can beat a Mustang, you're going to be ahead of them in the conference meet. There's a stand-up by Muller, and he goes ahead now 5-3. It was 4-3 now. An escape by Muller makes it 5-3. So Vasky's got some work to do. Vasky in on a single, but Muller in his down block, in his sprawl, finds the edge of the mat, so we got to go back to the center. We'll get a restart here. Nice job by our official getting the wrestlers. There's a short arm drag by Vasky in on that single. Let's see if he can pick it up. And he couldn't quite cut the corner. And now Muller in on a double on Vasky. Boy, Muller has on that reshot, Jamie. He's had some success with that double.
He really has, and that's the thing Bo Vasky's got to do. If he's going to take a shot, he's got to go through it and drive through that shot and finish it, because Bo Vasky has gotten in on a couple shots, but like you said, the very opportunistic Ryan Muller has taken advantage of that, and he's got to find something here, and he's got to come back and finish one of these shots.
Yeah, he's got to get a takedown here to tie it up. And took a long shot, and a Muller out in front in down block and a front headlock. And we're going to go to back to the center of the mat. Muller gets up just a little bit slow. There's a long single shot on the whistle by Vasky. And again, that's just a straight-in shot. He's got to find an angle. Front headlock now by Muller. Muller trying to cut the corner on Vasky. Vasky trying to drag out of it. We're going back to our feet. 49 seconds left to go. Vasky on another shot. Hard down block by Muller. Let's see, Vasky's in on a shot. He's going to finish it. There's 2. That was just a will it. Bo Vasky willed that shot right there. Muller very, very tired.
And that's going to tie it up here, 5-5 with 38 seconds left to go. So Bo Vasky's going to have to put a lot of pressure forward here and try to push forward and get this thing, keep him down, because if you let him up here, you're down one and you need another takedown. So Vasky's got to try to keep that pressure forward.
Yeah, and he's got to hustle. He's down to 30 seconds, and he drops in on a single. At the worst, you want to take it to overtime. Vasky now drops in on a single. Muller came to a stand-up. Vasky doesn't need to get impatient right there. Got to keep locked up on the single. 19 seconds left to go. Vasky locking up on that right leg of Ryan Muller. Muller trying to counter that shot. Vasky hanging on for dear life. Now back to their feet they go. 9 seconds left to go. Vasky picks up the single. Now drops it back down. Muller's got the legs broken. Vasky locks back on to the legs, and we're going overtime. That's a great job by Vasky, Bo Vasky, to hang on. Now it's overtime.
That's
He's
a
got
way
to
to
pop
come
right back up.
Oh, Bo Vasky's in good shape here, I think. He's bouncing around, and I tell you what, right now Muller's, he looks gassed.
Yeah, Vasky's got to push the tempo, but you got to make one good shot. Vasky in on a single. Let's see if he can finish it. He's going to cut the corner. He might be a fall here. Could be a fall. Let's see if he can finish it. He's got to pull his head out. He's got his head caught between the legs of Muller. He's got to stack him up one more time. Good scramble situation. Vasky's got to finish it. No finish yet. Good scramble by Vasky. This is how he won the tournament. This is how he won the tournament on Saturday. He's going to step through the legs. He's got to pull his head out. 30 seconds left to go. Vasky's around the head, through the legs. He's got to pull his head out. No points yet, as Vasky's got the leg of Ryan Muller. Let's see if he can finish this thing. No points. Our officials looking close. 16 seconds left to go.
Scramble.
Great scramble here. Vasky's got to come behind Muller. He's got to pop his head out. 8 seconds left to go. Coming. He's wiggling. He's working it. Let's see if he can pop his head out. There's two. There's the two. There's the fall. He's got Muller curled up. Let's see if he can get the fall. Ran out of time. What a match by Bo Vasky.
Going to win that one 10-5.
And that is huge right there. That is huge for Bo Vasky. Now you can just kind of see the momentum coming there, Jamie. That's a great match. That is huge right there.
Great match.
Great match.
And I tell you what, the way that match started, you thought maybe Bo Vasky would be in a little bit of trouble there because he got taken down twice right off the bat. But I tell you what, he came back, he fought hard, got himself into overtime, and what a scramble that was that he just won there to get that victory. Great job by Bo Vasky. It looked like a couple times it started off, looked like he was going to get the 2-point takedown, and then all of a sudden it looked like Muller was going to come out, and the Mount Vernon fans were hollering too, and then it was back to the West Delaware fans yelling for two, and they finally got it. So Bo Vasky wins that, making the team score 30-15, in favor of West Delaware here. As we move up to 145, we're going to see Mason Steffen for West Delaware taking on John Engelbrecht. Steffen, a senior, Engelbrecht, a sophomore for the Mustangs.
And Jamie, that was a really nice piece of officiating by that official.
I tell you what, Jim Buxton we see him usually at the Cedar Rapids Extravaganza at the Five Seasons Duels. He really does a good job. He's been an official for a long time, and I've actually got some history with him because back when I was playing baseball in elementary school, they used to do host families for state baseball tournaments, and he was my host family. Just a really nice guy, Jim Buxton there.
Well, that was a nice piece of officiating. There's a 2-point takedown by Engelbrecht and a 2-point reversal by Steffen. And he comes up with a cross body right in. I'm not sure if that's where he needs to be. He's got to stay behind the arms as a tripod by...
Nope, no reversal.
No reversal yet.
So we've got a takedown, a reversal.
I think we're going to have a 1-point escape right there.
We've got a takedown, a reversal, and an escape. So it's going to be 3-2 in favor of Engelbrecht. The team scored 30-15 as Scott Taylor with an 8-1 decision. Will Wenger was pinned. Richie Heveron got a fall in 51 seconds. Jake Durgan from Mount Vernon took a forfeit. Patrick Woods with a fall. Logan Riley with a fall. Sam Phillips with a fall. Zach Meyer losing 11-6, and Bo Vasky with a 10-5 win, gives us our team score up 30-15. And here's a takedown for John Engelbrecht on Mason Steffen, making the score 5-2 in this match.
Steffen's been on some shots, but he just hasn't finished them. He's given up way early, and Engelbrecht is doing a nice job. We got blood time there, Jamie Vasky, on red. Blood time on red, so we're going to have to take a short time out. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with more action from the Sabre Gymnasium right here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Welcome back here. Again, we dropped our call once again, so technology is great when it works. I tell you what. We're back here in as Mason Steffen back on the mat after the blood time from Engelbrecht, and it's 5-2. Engelbrecht's leading here with 1:30 left to go in this second period. West Delaware leads the team score 30-15 as Mason Steffen riding on top of Engelbrecht here in this second period. Should be potentially dangerous right there, and it is.
This is John Engelbrecht. He's only a sophomore. He's showing some pretty good work on his feet. But it's been mostly counters off of incomplete shots by Mason Steffen. So we'll see if Mason Steffen can get going here. That's an outside stand-up attempt by Engelbrecht and a nice chop to near arm by by Stefan. That's a better job right there as he crunched Engelbrecht outside the mat, on the outside edge of the mat. Tight waist, drove him across. And Jamie, what I like about West Delaware tonight, they are off the mat. They are hustling right back to the center, and they are bebopping their feet there.
I tell you what, we talked about that on the way down. We had Keith Thompson with us tonight, and he mentioned that he likes to see that when our guys get right back to the center and they're ready to go right away. But I tell you what, Mason Steffen, he's 3-2 on the season, but I tell you what, he's faced some good competition. Has wrestled Bryce Steyert from Waverly Shell Rock. These are his 2 losses. Bryce Steyert from Waverly Shell Rock the other night, and he took on Tiante Parks from Davenport Assumption. And Tiante Parks, tell you what, Parks is ranked 4th in the state in Class 2A, and I know Steyert's ranked right up there in Class 3A. So Mason Steffen's wrestled some good competition here, and John Engelbrecht is no slouch here for Mount Vernon.
Well, we got 25 seconds left here, and Steffen's trying to, and we got blood time one more time. As that cotton came out of Engelbrecht's nose on a hard crossface by Steffen. He's got some work to do, Jamie. He's down 5-2.
We're going to need a little break because he's leaking again.
He's hemorrhaging out of that left nostril.
We'll take another short break here and get you back for more wrestling action when we get John Engelbrecht back to the center. You're listening to West Delaware Wrestling from KMCH Sports. And welcome back here to DeWitt Central High School. Had a nice trip down here tonight as the Hawks looking good so far, 30-15. They lead it. Mason Steffen taking on John Engelbrecht back in the center of the mat. Engelbrecht coming up to his feet here. 10 seconds left to go in this second period. Steffen trying to ride tough here as time about runs out, and he's going to stay on top here for the final 5 seconds of the second period. We'll go to the third period. Steffen trailing 5-2.
And it's going to be his choice, Jamie, so he can tie it up with one quick escape. And
and a takedown.
And escape and a takedown. And we'll see if he can go to work there. Tripod stand-up attempt by Steffen. And Engelbrecht goes a far knee near ankle and dumps Steffen back down on his hip. So he's got some work to do to get his base build up. 146. Again, period number 3. Our dual meet score is 30-15 in favor of the West Delaware Hawks. And I think with this lineup, Coach Light thought they had a good shot at taking West Delaware down this year, but the Hawks have done a great job pinning people. Hard crossface from right to left by Engelbrecht, and Steffen again's got to get back to his feet, Jamie. He's 120 left to go. Hard crossface, and Engelbrecht traps that left arm of Steffen underneath, and Steffen has got to build his base and get back up. Now he's got an inside wrist, and now Steffen up to his feet. Let's see if he can get all the way up. Engelbrecht does a nice job picking up the near ankle and drives Steffen back off his feet, back down to his stomach. And once again, he's got a lot of work that he needs to do in 49 seconds. You know, you choose down, Jamie, you got to work to get that 1 point and then get back to your feet.
Yeah, you do, and you've got to come up right away. And right now, Steffen and Engelbrecht, you got to credit him right here. He's putting a lot of pressure forward into the back and on the upper body of Mason Steffen here in this period. So you got to give credit to John Engelbrecht here, just applying that pressure forward and keeping the pressure on the upper torso of Mason Steffen.
Yeah, and he's going to end up riding. He's got 21 seconds left to go. Mason Steffen's got some work to do. He's got some work to do in 21 seconds. He's got to get to his feet and hit a quick shot. We start at weight class 195. 1, 2, 3. 4 matches left. So mathematically, the Mustangs can still pull this thing out. 6 seconds left to go, and Jamie Vasky, that's going to do it. John Engelbrecht rides out Mason Steffen the final 2 minutes, and he's going to win that match 5-2. So Mason Steffen in that match, you know, in some situations to score, and just didn't quite get the job done.
No, he couldn't, and you know, he's like you said, once you choose down, you got to come up and try to create something. And he didn't get, when you're down on the mat, you don't give yourself an opportunity to get back in the match. So you get away, you're a takedown away from tying it, as we saw with Bo Vasky in his match. But, you know, Steffen will learn from that as he's wrestled he's wrestled some tough kids early in this season, and that was another one right there. As we're going to move up to 152. We've got Timmy Tutton going for the Hawks. He's a senior taking on Noah Dahlstrom, who's a good senior for Mount Vernon. As we're getting in kind of the heart of the Mount Vernon lineup here. As you mentioned, a lot of seniors on this squad for Mount Vernon.
There's a long single shot by Tim Tutton. And, we saw Saturday Tim Tutton do a nice job. And he just gets a little bit impatient, Jamie. He's so aggressive and so physical. He just gets a little bit impatient with his moves, and he just tries tighten things up. And we'll see. He's physical and he's quick. 30-18 now. And Noah Dahlstrom, no, he's not ranked, but he's won a lot of matches. There's a double shot again by Dahlstrom, and he's got Tim Tutton up in the air, and he drives Tutton back down to the mat and picks up 2. That's about the 4th double or 5th double we've seen Mount Vernon shoot on the Hawks. So the Hawks have a little bit of work to do responding to that double shot. 1 point escape now by Tutton. It's 2-1. Tutton with a double of his own, shoots right to his belly, and a nice down block by Dahlstrom.
Timmy Tutton 2-3 on the season. Also, he's wrestled some very tough competition throughout so far this season. As on Saturday, he lost to Danny Bush, who's very good for Davenport Assumption, ranked. Danny Bush for Davenport Assumption, I believe, ranked right up there, number 4 in the state. So a tough match there. Lost to Alec Felstool, a good wrestler from Decorah, and Casey Schulte, a good opponent from Waverly Shellrock. So, one thing Coach Boss prides himself on is the strength of schedule that these Hawks see every year. And you can see some kids with a lot of losses from West Delaware going down to the state tournament, later in the season, and possibly being a state qualifier or a district qualifier or something, or along them lines, just because they wrestle good competition throughout the entire season.
Well, that's part of the plan, Jamie. Iron sharpens iron, and you want to wrestle tough competition to get you ready for that postseason. And the schedule does not get any easier for the Hawks, as they will go to Cedar Rapids this weekend, and then next week is going to be a huge week. We will talk about that later, as we got the Battle of Waterloo coming up next Friday and Saturday. All right, Tutton choosing down, and he's got some work to do, as Noah Dahlstrom is up on top working a hard crossface from right to left, trying to control that left arm, and he's got that left shoulder of Tim Tutton posted to the mat, and he's going to try to set up a crossface cradle. Tutton's got to peel that crossface up and get that left arm, and he does. That's a nice job. He pulled the crossface off. Now Dahlstrom latches on to a cradle, just a far side cradle. He's going to try to dump Tutton to his back. Tutton's got to make himself big here. Tim Tutton finding himself on his back. That could be a fall right there. The official down looking close. Dahlstrom in tight in that, and Tutton kicks himself free. And Dahlstrom's going to pick up a 2-point near fall, but Tutton comes out in front. He's going to pick up a 1-point escape. Now Tutton with a front headlock of his own. Let's see if he can score some points here. He's got his head in the side, and he's going to try to reach through, and he's going to pick up a 2-point takedown. This thing is tied up. Tim Tutton goes from being pinned to kicking out of it. Now a chicken wing by Tutton on the left side of Dahlstrom. He's got an inside wrist on the right. Tim Tutton can score some back points here. Doing a great job with that chicken wing. Let's see if he can plant that far shoulder. He's keeping the chicken wing. He's got to lock it back up tight, elbow to elbow. Keep that hand across the back, and Dahlstrom works that arm free. Hard crossface now by Tutton from right to left. And Dahlstrom pulls the crossface off. Again, here's the spot where you got to be patient, Jamie. You got 18 seconds here. You don't want to give up any points. Tutton way out in front of Dahlstrom. Dahlstrom comes to a stand-up. Tutton's going to try to back trip him, and he does. And Tutton locks his hands. No blood time. I'm not sure what happened right there, Jamie. Oh, we've got Dahlstrom with the bloody nose.
As we take a time for the bloody nose there, I'd like to say a big hello to those listening on KMCH.com tonight. Texarkana, Texas tonight. Someone got listening out in Kansas, Illinois. We've got our ones from Germany and France listening in tonight, and believe that's, not sure how to, Castile or Castley, New
Castile.
York? Castile, New York. As we say a big hello to everyone listening out there on KMCH.com as Spring Grove got a listener tuned in, and of course those of you listening on KMCH.com in the state of Iowa tonight, we say hello to you. And those of you listening on 94.7 on your radio dial tonight, we certainly appreciate you tuning us in tonight as we bring you this coverage of West Delaware wrestling for you in this first WAMAC duel of the season between the Hawks and the Mount Vernon Mustangs. West Delaware currently with a 30-18 lead over the Mustangs as we have 4 matches left to go. This one is one of them as Timmy Tutton tied it up. 4-4 is our score right now. Here as the Hawks got on the board quickly as they had a 3-0 lead after Scott Taylor getting an 8-1 win. Will Wenger losing by fall to a second-ranked Josh Cannon. And Richie Hevron with a fall for the Hawks. Patrick Woods with a fall. Logan Riley and Sam Phillips with falls as well. Then Zach Meyer losing a very tough match. Bo Vasky with a hard-fought 10-5 win. And Mason Steffen losing 5-2, making our team score 30-18 as Noah Dahlstrom is going to head back to the corner. We'll take another quick timeout here, and bring you back as you're listening to West Delaware Wrestling on Mix 94.7 KMCH. And welcome back to DeWitt High School here as Noah Dahlstrom getting his blood time cleaned up once again as we get him back out on the mat. It's 4-4 between Timmy Tutton and Noah Dahlstrom as Dahlstrom is down with 4 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in this third period, as I believe they're counting down the blood time.
Yeah, they've got to fix that. We need a timeout right here. They got to fix that clock.
They're running blood time as Dahlstrom's going to get an escape here as they go out of bounds, making it 5-4 in favor of him. Third period, as they're trying to get it back to the regular clock here. 5-4, Timmy Tutton trails it here. He's got to get back on the offense here. Front headlock here by Tutton. Dahlstrom drops down into a double leg. Now a high crotch attempt by Tutton. And we're back on our feet here.
I like what Tim Tutton's doing, Jamie. He's got a lot of action. Again, he's really working that front headlock, but he's got to set that shot up. He's kind of dropping down to that single, and Dahlstrom's doing a good job staying in that down block. This would be a huge win for Tim Tutton if he could pull this thing out. Again, we got 4:48 on the clock. I'm not sure what they're doing with that clock.
They're running it over here, so.
Okay. So it must not be something that they can adjust it. Okay, thank you very much. All right, neutral position. Tim Tutton down by 1, 5-4, and Dahlstrom wrestling by the edge of the mat. And content with wasting some time there. And if he gets into trouble, he can scoot off the edge of the mat. Oh, there's a hard double. And he's in deep. And he's got Tim Tutton on his back. That was a hard double. And he got Tim Tutton off his legs. Got Tim Tutton off his base. Climbed the body, put a half Nelson in. And that's going to be a 5-point move by Noah Dahlstrom. Boy, he was right in that match, Jamie. Now he's down. That's going to be a 3-point near fall. Now it's 10-4 with 35 seconds left. They got the clock fixed. Boy, that forward pressure, Dahlstrom just caught him coming in hard. Now chicken wing on the left side is Dahlstrom. Tutton trying to get back to his feet. Tutton back to his feet. There's one from the escape. And he's back to his feet. Tutton driving in, and he's working right there. That's a nice job there by Tim Tutton. It's 10-5 right now. And there was no quit right there as he was looking to try to score some points there. And 10 seconds left to go. And Dahlstrom in on a long shot. Tutton with a front headlock. And let's see if he can turn this into some points there. Going to try to, there's a nice throw on the edge, but too late, too little too late. Tim Tutton's going to lose this match 10-5.
Hawks are going to have to try to right the ship here as they've now lost 2 matches in a row. As Tutton losing 10-5. Mason Steffen lost 5-2. And I tell you what, here's one of our featured matchups of the night is Daniel Abrish from Mount Vernon taking on Jake Voss. Jake Voss ranked number 1 in the state in Class 2A. Abrish is not ranked, but I tell you what, we've seen him progress throughout his high school career here, and he's turned into quite the wrestler for the Mustangs as he dives in on a shot on Jake Voss. Front headlock attempt by Voss, and they break free, and it's going to be 1:40 left to go, still scoreless here. West Delaware leads the dual meet 30-21. A 9-point lead for the Hawks. They got to try to get it back on the right track here.
Yeah, and mathematically, you got 3 matches left. Voss, Lammers, and Coy Russell, and only I screwed that up.
That's one job to do.
I did, and I failed. I failed. Epic failure. Coy Russell.
Thank you.
You betcha. Daniel Abrish did a nice job, and that's even a nicer job by Jake Voss with a snap and spin over Abrish. That was a nice job. Abrish giving Voss forward pressure, and the senior from West Delaware just caught him with a very, very nice snap and go behind and picked up the 2. Now he's working Abrish forward. He's got an inside wrist, 2-on-1 on the left, applying a lot of pressure to those arms and shoulders of the senior from Mount Vernon. Again, with 3 matches left, Voss, Lammers, and Russell, 18 points here. And the Hawks are only going to be favored in 1 match here, and this is the match. So it's a huge match right here, Jamie.
That certainly is. This is a big one for Voss to get. As you mentioned, there's still 18 points out there to get for the Hawks. As Jake Voss wins here, the Hawks would be up by 12. But he's got to get the win here first.
You're exactly right. Again, a very, very, very sneaky Daniel Abrish. Crafty, a wrestler. Stand up by Abrish. Voss locked up. Going to try to lift. As Brent Lammers will have the returning state runner-up and Trey Ryan. And Coy Russell will have the senior Eric Dunford. So see what happens there. Abrish with a short sit. Voss follows. 2 seconds left to go. Nice lift by Voss. And we're going to go back. We're going to end the first period with Voss up 2-0. That's going to be Abrish's choice, and he's going to choose down. He will choose down to start this second period. Getting Voss up, doing a little bouncing back and forth, trying to stay loose.
I tell you what, very powerful legs by Daniel Abrish. He comes up, he makes it look easy coming to his feet. Jake is doing a good job of lifting and returning him, but Abrish comes right up to his feet every time they restart here, and he keeps working up. That's very impressed with the leg strength of Daniel Abrish.
Yeah, he's very quick with it, too. So we're seeing 2 really good seniors go at it right here. Voss trying to set up that ball and chain, and Abrish doing a nice job keeping himself long so Voss can't latch that up. Abrish back to his feet. He does have powerful legs, Jamie. We'll see if Jake cuts him loose. Jake's going to try to lift, dump him back down. Abrish using good balance, staying to his feet. And Abrish back down. Got 121 left to go. Weight class 160. And there's another quick stand-up by Abrish. Voss is going to try to set tilt. That's a nice tilt by Jake Voss. Let's see if he can pick up 2 out of it. That's going to be 1 and 2. Nice tilt by Jake Voss.
4 count.
That's that nice textbook tilt, and that's a huge 2-point by Jake Voss. Abrish came to that stand-up, and Voss latched onto that tight waist and took him through the front side and picked up 2 once Abrish stopped rolling back and forth. That was a nice job. Spiral ride by Voss now. Edge of the mat. Abrish short, trying to hit a short sit, and Voss is going to collapse his left elbow and take him off the edge of the mat. All right. 43 seconds left. And the Mount Vernon Mustangs have closed the gap here, 30-21, with a couple of solid wins. There's Abrish standing to his feet. And he does come right up, Jamie.
He's pretty impressed.
That's one of the better stand-ups we've seen. He's very powerfully built. Short, stocky body. And we've got Trey. There's Voss trying to set up that tight waist tilt one more time. Let's see if he can pick it up. He's got it in tight this time. He's going to pick up 3 this time, I believe, off of it. That's a nice job. 3-point near fall.
Returning a fall in 24 seconds, Jake Wineland.
That's a very nice job on Jake Voss. Got the 5 count. Almost had the fall off that tilt. And off the edge of the mat. Abresh says, what do I do to get away from this? And our time's going to run out. And it's going to be Voss's choice to start the 3rd period, and he's going to choose down. And there's the stand up by Voss. Let's see if we can cut the hands. Abresh keeps latched around the waist of Voss. Voss is going to try to cut the corner. He's got to clear the arms, try to get good back pressure in. Abresh locked up. Good back pressure by Jake Voss. Abresh locked around. Should get stalling by Abresh. Nice job by Jake Voss to stay on his feet. Good balance shown. Can try to clear the arms. And there's a 1-point escape finally for Jake Voss. Worked hard to score that 1-point escape. He goes up now 8-0, working on a major decision. And bonus points would be huge right now.
Well, bonus points would put the duel away for the Hawks. So that's kind of, I think Coach Voss is going to want him to really keep that in mind. You got a major decision. You better get it here.
Well, yeah, we talked about that over the weekend, how big bonus points are. And we'll see if they're going to go to varsity on both mats right now. Not sure, but we'll watch that. Voss with a 2-on-1. Abresh with a 2-on-1. And no action here as they're both just hanging on each other's arms. We'll see if we get a stalemate. We got off the edge of the mat. Abresh gets up a little winded. Voss hustles back to the center of the mat. Voss working that front headlock to see if he can turn that into 2. Standing front headlock. Again, over the course of 6 minutes, Jamie, that front headlock just wears on your legs, wears on your lower back. And we'll see if Jake Voss can turn this into a 2-point takedown with 39 seconds left to go. Sweep single attempt by Voss. And Abresh stays square. Varsity on both mats, so we'll have Lammers and Trey Ryan on the solid mat to our left. 27 seconds left to go here. You think Abresh would try to shoot a shot here, Jamie, and take Jake Voss down to close the gap?
Because really, this is the match that's going to decide the meet here for the Hawks. If Abresh scores, that takes away the major, and they still have a chance to win it. But Jake Voss is going to pick up an 8-0 major decision here, and that's going to put the Hawks up by 13.
By 13. So the Hawks cannot lose this unless they get dinged an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty or something like that. So Coy Russell will step up to the mat, and he will be taking on Eric Dunford. He's a senior as they report in. Down on the far side, we got the returning state runner-up there in Trey Ryan taking on Brent Lammers. We did not see Brent Lammers on Saturday, so I'm sure he feels good to be back in the mat. Saw Coy Russell. He wrestled extremely well on Saturday, Jamie. Very, very impressed with Coy Russell.
Yeah, he comes in here and, I'm not sure Coy Russell is exactly a 182-pounder, but I tell you what, he fills in there and he does a great job. And he's 4-2 on the season, and he's wrestling some kids that are probably heavier than him. But I tell you what, he's so strong that he does a great job of just keeping in the matches because he's able to go with some of these bigger kids.
And there's a snap down attempt by Lundford, and Coy Russell showing his quickness, his agility.
Kelly on the far side by Trey Ryan, and he's going to take Lammers down. Lammers just about caught him in a whip over there after Ryan was going for that Kelly, but he comes out and he's going to take a 2-0 lead on Brent Lammers with 45 seconds left to go in that first period. West Delaware leading 34-21.
Coy Russell is going to pancake Lunsford to his back and get the fall. Boy, he's buried right there in 44 seconds. Coy Russell is going to win by a fall. Over on the far side, you got Brent Lammers trying to stack up Trey Ryan. And Ryan hip ice Brent Lammers, and he's going to pick up 2. Nice job by Brent Lammers. It's going to tie up at 2-2.
Lammers' headgear comes off there. So nice job there by Brent Lammers. Picking up the reversal. Coy Russell, great job on the pin there. And Lammers picking up the reversal, making it 2-2.
So 40-21 is our dual meet score at this point. Jamie Vasquez,
now our view might be a little blocked.
We may have to stand up momentarily as the Mount Vernon Mustangs are going to move themselves over to that other mat. Lammers has Ryan in a tilt. He's not going to pick up any back points. He's got to be careful as Ryan is trying to scoot. That's a nice job by Brett Lammers right there. Very, very nice job by Brett Lammers. Tried to tilt Trey Ryan, and Trey Ryan looks a little undersized for 170 also, Jamie. Wouldn't be a bit surprised if he slowly makes his way down to 160. And again, these guys are on a gradual weight reduction plan. And starting a little heavy. All right, 2-2, knotted up at deuces. Brett Lammer wrestling a whale of a match so far.
And Brent's just 1-1 in the season, as he didn't wrestle last Saturday. He had a skin condition on his leg that he got cleared that he could start practicing and wrestling this week. So he's back and gonna fill in nicely for the Hawks here.
Well, you bet. That just solidifies, toughens that lineup up, and they will need it heading into this weekend and next week before they get to the Christmas break. Nice stand up by Trey Ryan. Went to a short sit and then split the hands of Lammers. And Lammers has to be careful here now with that tie-up. Trey Ryan does have that very nice Fireman's to Kelly series. And Lammers, we're going to see if he squares up his stance and works a little bit, have hand control instead of tying up. 1:32 left to go, second period. It's 3-2 in favor of Trey Ryan, the senior from Mount Vernon, ranked number 4, did you say, Jamie? Whatever it was.
Trey Ryan's number 2.
Number 2. Trey Ryan's number 2. There's a front headlock by Brett Lammers. He's got it in deep, trying to cut the corner as Ryan finds the edge of the mat one more time. Nice series by Brett Lammers, working that front headlock. Now again, forward pressure by Lammers. Again, he's got to work angles. Got to work angles, see if he can cut a corner on Ryan and pick up a sweep single. Work a good hand control. Lammers with 2-on-1 on the left arm of Trey Ryan. Ryan coming back to a hard collar tie. Now a retie by Lammers. 58 seconds left to go, second period. There's a high crotch, inside single by Trey Ryan. Hard whizzer by Lammers. And he's blocking off Ryan. Let's see if he can keep fighting this. He's going to stuff the head of Ryan. Ryan's going to go over to a double. Lammers ends up with the front headlock and he's going to try to throw him by. Lammers with Ryan off the edge of the mat. Nice series by two outstanding athletes right there. Ryan with the single, hard whizzer. And I'll tell you what, great series. Great series. 41 seconds left to go. Great shot by Ryan. Great defense by Lammers. Again, that's what you would expect out of two outstanding athletes and outstanding wrestlers. We've got it for you right here. 30 seconds left to go. Second period. It's 3-2 in favor of Trey Ryan. Lammers now trying to work a tap and go on Trey Ryan. He's got Ryan on the edge of the mat. And what I like about Brett Lammers is he's pushing the tempo of this match. Hopefully that'll pay off dividends like it did for Bo Vasquez as we get to the third period. Vasquez winning in overtime. 9 seconds left to go. Again, you don't want to give up any points right here. If you're Brett Lammers, it will be his choice to start the third period. And there you have it right there. Lammers' choice, he's going to choose down, no hesitation. And now you got to go to work. Lammers bebopping, bouncing up and down, side to side. Showing that he's still got some motion left for this third period. He's still got some gas in the tank. He's going to have to empty it right here. Ryan up on top, leading 3-2. Inside stand up, got to watch that. Ryan trying to lock up a cradle. Good hand control by Lammers. He's going to come to a stand up. See if he can cut the corner, and he does. He picks up 1 point there. Good hand control by Brett Lammers. He ties this thing up at 3 apiece. 1:40 left to go. Lammers now with the 2-on-1 Russian tie on Trey Ryan. Ryan comes with a collar tie, blocks off Lammers on the far side. 1:30 left to go. Again, our dual meet scores in favor of the Hawks, 40-21. Mustangs thought this would be the year to take down the Hawks. The Hawks have put their best foot forward so far, leading this thing 40-21. Getting the job done with some huge matches and some falls. There's a throw by attempt by Ryan. Let's see if Lammers can get. He's got to be careful here, Brett Lammers. and he's going to catch Ryan. He's going to roll through, no points. Maybe some points on the edge of the mat. Brett Lammers is going to try to throw Ryan on his back. He's got his on his back. He's got a 2. Let's see if he can get the fall here. He stacked up Trey Ryan. He's got Trey Ryan on his back. Let's see if he can settle in. 51 seconds left to go. Brett Lammers has Trey Ryan on his back. Let's see if he can lock it up.
There it
He's
is.
got it locked up. Got to settle in. Got a lot of time, Brett Lammers. Don't give it up there. Keep him on his back.
Well,
and off the edge they go.
Don't get reversed there. He's going to take an 8-3 lead here. 38 seconds left to go in this match. So a nice job there by Brent Lammers. Now you got to be careful. You'd like to bury him. You really would, but now you've just got to wrestle smart here for 40 seconds.
Boy, you just want to settle in right there, Jamie. You want to make yourself wide. You want to make yourself big right there and get the fall. Keep him on his back on the edge of the mat. I'll tell you what, he's got Trey Ryan mentally out of it right now. 27 seconds left to go. Trey Ryan did not have an answer for Lammers right there. That's just heart and soul and guts and determination by Brent Lammers, the junior from West Delaware. 14 seconds left to go, and I'm telling you what, this is huge right there. That is a huge win for Brent Lammers. He's going to come out of here 8-3, 5-point move. And super fantastic job by the junior from West Delaware. Beats the returning state runner-up 8-3. I tell you what, that might be a Walmack final, Jamie, but I'm not sure Ryan's going to stay at 160. Let's take a short break, and then we'll be right back. Jamie's got his recap. He's got his stats figured right now. Stay with us. You won't want to miss it. You're listening to Hold by Hold Action right here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH. Central DeWitt High School, home of the Sabres, and Walmack Wrestling action right here on 94.7 KMCH. And I'm telling you what a dual meet that was. That had some momentum, that had some motion, that had some ups, that had some downs. We had some great moves, we had some great action. And I'm telling you, that's Walmack Wrestling at its finest, Jamie Vaskey. Great matches there against some great competitors.
Well, it certainly was, as we started at 195 pounds. Scott Taylor with an 8-1 win over Jacob Lewis. At 220 pounds, Will Wenger was pinned by Josh Cannon. Josh Cannon in 134. Richard Heveron with a 51-second fall. Jake Durgan from Mount Vernon receiving a forfeit at 106. That made the score 12-9 in favor of Mount Vernon. Patrick Woods, Logan Riley, and Sam Phillips followed with 3 falls in a row for the Hawks, making the score 27-12. Zach Meyer was beaten 11-6. A 5-point move by Charlie Engelbrecht was the difference in that match, making the score 27-15. Bo Vaskey then won a hard fought, came back and won it in overtime against Ryan Muller from Mount Vernon. Mason Steffen then lost a hard fought 5-2 match to John Engelbrecht. Timmy Tutton lost 10-5 against Noah Dahlstrom. At 160 pounds, Jake Voss with an 8-0 major decision. That put the dual meet out of reach for Mount Vernon. And at 170, Brent Lammers with an 8-3 win over second-ranked Trey Ryan, making the score 37-21. And Coy Russell finishing things off with a 44-second fall, making the final team score 43-21 in favor of the Hawks. And on the dual meet, West Delaware with 13 takedowns, Mount Vernon with 11. 5 pins for the Hawks, 1 for Mount Vernon. 1 major decision for West Delaware, none for Mount Vernon. No tech falls by either team. And West Delaware winning 9 matches, Mount Vernon winning 4. So a very impressive first duel for the Hawks here tonight as they...
Jamie, you've been asking for a major decision. You finally got one. You finally got one tonight, so you can fill that spot in on your stat sheet. The Hawks got a major decision tonight, courtesy of Jake Voss. You're giving him the business on Saturday, so he took care of you tonight with that major decision. Hey, the key to that was the Hawks getting the Mustangs on their back and getting the falls, and then winning those big matches. 138, Bo Vaskey, and then that match that we just called for you at 170, Brett Lammers over Trey Ryan. Those were huge matches, gave the Hawks momentum, and finished this match up with a hard-fought 43-21 win. And I'll tell you what, some good wrestling. That Walmack tournament at the end of January is going to be super fantastic. And I tell you what, some great wrestlers, some great matches.
Well, it certainly is, and that's what you need. These are, like you've mentioned, this is conference seeding right here for the Hawks and the Sabres. So that'll go a long way come Waumat tournament time down the road.
Well, we're going to take a 10-minute break right now, and as the Central DeWitt Sabres get themselves ready to go, we'll have the West Delaware Hawks wrestling back-to-back here as they are the farthest team away. So they do a little favor for the farthest team away so they can get back on the road after this second duel. So we're going to take a short break. We'll send it back to Mr. Darby Washington at the station. He's got some great tunes for you, and then we'll be back with West Delaware and Central DeWitt. Stay with us. You won't want to miss more action from the Sabre Gymnasium right here on 94.7 KMCH.